Hi, I'm Grant.
And I'm Kathy. Welcome back to our Change How You Think weekly video podcast.
If you'd like to hear from us every week, then subscribe to our video by clicking on the weekly video tab at the top of this page. Fill in the subscription form and you'll get our free ebook, Healthy Moods.
Did you know you are constantly telling yourself a story in your head? Every minute that you're awake, you're telling yourself a story about what's happening around you and inside you.
The story is your interpretation of everything you are seeing, hearing, and sensing. It's your way of making sense of what's happening in your world.
Everyone tells themselves a different story because we all have different interpretations of events. That explains why two people can have the same experience but interpret it completely differently.
A great example of this was the story of the 12 spies who Moses sent to spy out the promised land where Israel was headed. All 12 saw and heard the same things in their travels, but they came to very different conclusions.
10 of the spies told themselves the story that the task of entering the promised land was impossible. Their stories focused on their weaknesses and past failures that would make taking on this new challenge an impossibility.
They excluded God from the process. They shared the story with the rest of the people who decided to tell themselves the same story, and the nation was paralyzed.
The other 2 spies told themselves a different story. Their story focused on adventure and success. It was based on their past experiences of watching God do impossible things since they left Egypt.
They concluded if God could do all those miracles, He could easily help them conquer Canaan. Their story was based on their faith in God and His promises to the nation.
What stories are you telling yourself about events in your life? Are your stories full of dangers, have sad endings, and no heroes, and everything goes badly? Or are they full of hope, trusting God's faithfulness, and reminders of how He has helped you in the past?
The stories you tell yourself are based on your past experiences and on how you interpreted them. When you've had painful experiences, you believe more lies about yourself and your life.
The lies tell you that your future will just be an extension of your past, so nothing will change and there's no reason for hope. The memories and lies fill your emotional baggage and create a lens through which you see your life.
That lens determines the story you tell yourself about what you're seeing. If the lens has been damaged by past hurts, it will distort your view and only let through negative thoughts.
We all have past hurts and believe lies about ourselves. We all have emotional baggage and look at life through a lens shaped by our past experiences.
But here's the good news. You can change your lens. And you do that by emptying your baggage. As your past is healed, the lies melt away, the baggage empties, and the lens gets clearer and brighter. The interpretation of your life changes and your story fills with hope, potential, and success with you as the hero.
I know what you're thinking. That's impossible. I can't do that. And you're right. You can't change your lens and your story by yourself. You need God's help.
And He's waiting right now to replace your lens with His lens. That will give you His perspective on the events of your life and the story He wants to tell you. But He can't start until you give Him permission.
Your first step is to decide you want to change your story and invite Jesus to help you. Then you could speak to a Christian counselor who could walk you through the healing journey.
We've created an online program to take you through this healing process. It's called Free Your Mind. Through short weekly videos and prayer assignments, we will help you replace the lens, change your story, and walk you through personal transformation mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. You can learn more about it using the links below this video.
And we'll talk to you again next week. But this week, invite Jesus to help you change your story.